What's good? We back. It's your boy CJ Goodfella back with the Boxing Clinic. And, do more than boxing. As most of you guys know, if you're new to the page, definitely don't let the name fool you. But the Jacksonville Jaguars, take that tough, nasty mentality and use the bulletin board material that the Pittsburgh Steelers gave them, saying, when Big Ben said, I want Jacksonville again. And basically, Jacksonville told them, that ain't what you want, and proved that's not what Pittsburgh wants. And stops the AFC Championship game that everybody thought we would have between the Steelers and the Patriots. And yeah, Pittsburgh was looking ahead, but talk about the game. Jacksonville got off to a hot start with an opening touchdown. Leonard Fournette was rolling. They were just tougher up front. Their offensive line just whooped the Steelers front seven, and they got up, quick. With some, Leonard Pierre. I think it was a few Leonard Fournette touchdowns. Then the fumble return by Tevin Smith. They went on 21, and Jacksonville made it harder than they had to as well. But Pittsburgh, they answered with a pair of fourth down touchdowns, and Ben, played very, very well. He did turn the ball over and have a pick, I believe, twice. Turnover and a pick. He played well. His deep ball was on point. He looked like the Ben of old. But Jacksonville, I can't explain it because Pittsburgh, the play calling was erratic. They fed Le'Veon Bell some. Jacksonville, acquiring Marcel Darius apparently stepped up their run defense as well. But, Big Ben was on point. I can't explain what happened. AB was on point. Antonio Brown. Vance McDonald had some impact. I mean, they took Juju Smith-Jr. off the game. Martavis Bryant, they both caught a touchdown, but, for the most part, Juju and Brian wasn't doing that much, other than their big touchdowns and Juju trash touchdown at the end. But, Big Ben played well. But that Steelers defense got exposed. It's not that good, especially on the back end. Joe Hayden, Artie Burns, not that good. Mike Mix. Ron Shazier was missed, but they got some building to do. They got to find them two middle linebackers. They run that 34. They got to find them some better corners. I hope their corners develop and some ODBs. But their defense definitely let them down. There's no way that Jacksonville offense should have put up 30-some points, And they couldn't stop, Fournette. When Fournette got injured, the tide kind of turned. Pittsburgh came back. Then Fournette came back. He was trying to feel his way through, and he had another touchdown run. And Blake Bortles was able to put the play action back in place and throw the touchdown to the fullback down the middle of the field. So, it was a tough game for Pittsburgh. And you got to give Jacksonville all the credit and their offensive coordinator, Blake Bortles. They put in a lot of plays. You could tell their first drive was orchestrated, the first 12 or 13 plays. They orchestrated to the T. Blake Bortles went cold after the first half. And then, they adjusted and put in some throws and some plays for him to look good. And he did enough to get the job done. It shows you that you don't need a top-dollar quarterback to win when you got everything around him. He just got to make enough plays. Brad Johnson, Trent Dilfer showed people that. You got to make enough plays. And Blake Bortles made enough plays in the big pass to Cole downfield. And that just shows you Jaguars was the better team. They had the better mentality. The only thing they should potentially fix is kind of next time they see somebody with a number one receiver like that, just let Ramsey travel on them. Because Ramsey traveled on Antonio Brown at the end of the game. Antonio Brown couldn't do nothing. H.O. Boye is a great corner as well. He gave up his only 2 touchdowns today versus Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown is a creme de la creme. He's the number one receiver in the league, in my opinion. It's not close. He wasn't even 100% today. But, Jaylen Brown is just better than Boye. And that's apparent. And he's special. I think he might be the number one corner in the league right up there with Xavier Rhodes, which we're about to play next. And Jacksonville just whooped them up front. They established the run early, pushed that Pittsburgh Steelers line back, and they went back to establish the run. TJ Yeldon had some big plays as well. You got to shout out to the Roll Tide boy. And, Jacksonville was just a better team, period. They was tougher, and Big Ben looked like, retro Big Ben, prime Big Ben right there. And he couldn't do anything, man. But, Jacksonville rolled in New England. Pretty sure we're going to talk about this matchup a couple times next week. And, Jacksonville is a tough defense, and they bring a lot of issues to the table that can expose the Patriots and Tom Brady. And we're going to see an excellent, potentially in the development growth of an all-time defense versus a great quarterback in Tom Brady next week. And, I can't wait for that matchup, man. But don't forget, we got the links in the description. You want to join the Facebook page, hit the like button. You want to donate like some people do to help us to page development, keep going, websites, radio shows. Appreciate it. And, everything else, we gone.